Hi everyone, my name is Shayla and today I'm going to show you how I use my Amish yarn swift to rewind hanks of yarn into nice compact cakes that I can organize easily. So these are the pieces of my swift that come disassembled, and it's really quick to reassemble them and put it together. And here is the yarn I'm going to be using for this demonstration. It is the Knit Picks is berry. So as you can see, it comes in a wound up skein like this, and you have to undo this to be able to use it properly. So I'll show you how to do that. First, let's assemble our swift. So my swift comes in pieces that are just pegged together with little wooden dowels rather than any other mechanical parts that would creak or make noise, so it's super quiet. Start by just connecting these two pieces together, and they just slot together like that. And then I put the center dowel, is the shortest one, down the middle to hold those in place. Next, I put one of these on top, and it's the one that has the notch facing the top, so that this notch can go right over it. Just like that. And that is it. That's the assembled swift. Now I can place the rest of these dowels wherever I need my yarn to go. So I can put them here, or if the skein is bigger, I can put them all the way at the end. And I'm gonna need to back this frame up to fit the whole thing in. But I'll do that in a second and I'll be back. Okay, so now we have our fully assembled swift, and you can see that it just spins like this. So now that I have my dowels in place, I can add on my yarn. First, we got to prepare the yarn by clipping all of the extra ties that hold it together. So I'm going to clip this one first to get that tag off. And now we can just open up the yarn like this. And you can see that it opens up in a big loop. There are a couple of ties here that are keeping the loop together, so we can just go ahead and cut those. There will be a few, so just get all of them out. There you go. Now you have your big loop of yarn. So before you can actually use this, you need to open it up. And start by putting each piece of yarn over the dowel like this. And just go all the way around. Make sure you keep the yarn as vertical as possible. You don't want it to like flop around or change its direction too much. You want it to lie quite straight on the dowel. And if it's too far, you can just move these so that they're a little bit closer. I think I'm going to need to do that. And then this one, move it one spot closer. Okay. And now for the last one. Oh, a little bit closer. It does take a little bit of trying to see where it's supposed to go, because it depends on how big the skein is for every different company and different yarn you get. So just go one more, and there we go. So now we have it all around here nice and taut. If you want, you can try to make it a little bit tighter by moving one or two of them. see. And it'll stretch it out a bit. So now you can just go ahead and spread the yarn out around the swift, and you'll find your end. And then there's another end right here, and this one pulls away quite easily. So I think this is the end we're going to start with. Let's just bring it out around this side. So you can see how easily this tail end came loose from the skein. So now we're also going to need to use a ball winder. For me, I'm going to be using the Knit Picks ball winder that I always talk about on my blog. And let me just get it ready here. Okay, so here is my ball winder. I'll be just outside of camera using this, but what I'm going to be doing is holding it from the base here and pulling my yarn through this to hold it in place. And then the yarn is going to wrap around this to form its cake. I will have another tutorial on how to use a ball winder available on my blog, so you can check that out. But my frame won't fit both things at once, so I'm just going to be showing you this for now, and I'll try to move it and adjust it later. So I'm going to start here so you can see. Okay, I have my yarn set up on my ball winder, and you can see that as I start to turn the handle, it'll wrap the yarn from the swift around the ball winder. So I'm going to pull over to the side so I can use it more easily. And as I turn, you'll see that it turns the swift and continues to wrap the yarn around my ball winder. Now all you gotta do is keep going until you have all of your yarn wound up nice and tight. Sometimes you'll see that it gets a little bit stuck if your yarn is not completely straight. I have a lot of yarn on this right now, so right now it's going pretty smoothly. And you just keep going until you're done. My favorite thing about this yarn swift is that it disassembles completely, and I don't have to worry about screwing anything together or putting it like tightly together for it to work. I just need to take it out of its box, slot the joints on together, and then add my dowels. It packs away really nicely and it's really easy to store. Since it's not something I use too often, but I need it every now and then when I have a nice skein of yarn that I want to use. I'm going to pause here so you can see what's going on with the ball winder at the moment. So I got less than half on here, but like you can see how it makes a nice little cake. And this will just slide off and it'll be easy to use. And it's a center pull cake, so I can use it from the outside edge or I can use it from the center. So I'm just going to continue winding until I have all the yarn on here. You can see once it gets kind of into the groove and it starts to unwind a bit, it gets much easier and it can spin a little bit faster too. You can see we're almost to the end, and then here is our last little bit. We can undo that and finish wrapping it. Here is our cake all round up. So now I can just press my thumb into the center here and lift it right off the ball winder. So we started with the skein just like this. And with our yarn swift and the Knit Picks ball winder, we rewrap the yarn into a perfect little cake. And that is all. That's super easy to do. I'll have links down below for a blog post on how to do this and where I got all of my materials in case you want to try them out for yourself. That's all for today. Bye.